Hello and thank you for joining us. My name is Eric Lane of Volo MultiSport, here with freestylist Madison Kennedy. We're going to go through our second module of straight arm strength. So as the name implies, straight arm strength, we want to maintain straight arms. If we do that, then the supporting muscles around our shoulder will be getting the work, and that's the area that we want to target. So we have 4 exercises for you today. We're going 12 reps each. Starting off with a scap raise. So we do this from a hanging position. Our arms are slightly wider than the shoulders. And Madison is going to go through. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. We're going from the hanging position down to a supported position with the arms for a one-arm plank. So let's set those feet nice and wide. And here we go. One arm comes up to the hip, and it's 1 exhale in terms of timing. So that's 2. Here's 3. It's 4 with an exhale. 5 with an exhale. So depending on your ability level here, we may want to increase the width between your feet to make this exercise easier or more difficult. More difficult by bringing them narrower. This is 11. And here's 12. All right, going from there into a supine position, still supporting on the hands and the feet, we are going a table rock. So this time we're keeping the legs bent, our shoulders are opening to set the posture, and we raise the hips to stretch our shoulders. So we want to feel this as a stretch. We can feel this from the elbow up through the shoulder and even going down in line with the torso. 6. So here's rep 7. And 8, we want to be controlled throughout these repetitions. All right, from that supine position, we're going standing now for a dislocate. So we have a fancy PVC pipe with tape on it. You can use a broomstick, a rope, anything that works for you. We're maintaining straight arms as we go through this dislocate motion. So we sweep up and over the head and back down to your back. So as we go through, we want to make sure that our posture is staying straight. If you find that you are arching when your hands go behind your head or shoulders, you want to maintain that tuck position in the hips. What round or what rep are we on?
7.
7? All right, cool.
80.
Here's 8. We got 4 to go. Maintain those straight arms. Here's 9 and 10. 11, last rep, be patient, and 12. So that's 1 round through. We are going 3 more rounds for 4 total. Going back to our scap raises here. So some things to think about for your scap raise. While we maintain straight arms, it may decrease our range of motion. Right? So our range of motion is governed by how much our shoulder blade can move. And let's not try to increase our range by bending the elbows and trying to pull up. All right, moving into our front support or one-arm plank. So like I said on the last round, the difficulty of this exercise comes from trying to maintain neutral shoulders and neutral hips. And so we stabilize in the opposite foot. As Madison puts her right hand on the ground, her left foot gets a lot of pressure. Left hand on the ground, her right foot gets a lot of pressure. And we play with those pressures in the toes to maintain neutral hips and neutral shoulders. All right, moving to our supine position for our table rock. Again, this should feel like a stretch. If there is pain, tingling, or anything like that, we want to decrease that stretch. And so what we would do is we would actually move the hands closer to your hips here, and that will decrease the stretch through the front of your shoulder and your elbow. And now moving to that standing position, we have our dislocates again. This is one of my favorite mobility exercises for the shoulder. The most important thing though, is that you don't rush your improvement or your progress with this exercise. Go with a width on that stick that allows you to feel the stretch, but it doesn't strain. Here's rep 2. All right. And here's rep 3. So until your hands can come just wider than the shoulders, maybe 3 fist lengths wider than your shoulders. We don't want to add any resistance to this exercise. Let's keep it nice and light, and just go for that rotation of your wrist. You can see Maddie has a loose grip on that PVC pipe. So the next thing that she would work on at this width would be a full grip.
Maybe it's because of my nails.
Could be because of your nails. Absolutely.
That's why I do that.
Yep. All right, 2 rounds down, 2 to go. Can we get you to turn around here, Madison, on this scap raises? Yep. Perfect. All right, so another thing to think about during these scap raises, would be the distance from the ears to the bicep, or ears to shoulders, really. As you extend the shoulders, that space is going to decrease, and as you raise back up, that space will increase. We're trying to minimize that distance when our shoulders are at full extension. All right, our front support hold, single arm plank. And with this exercise, we time the reps with your breathing. 1 exhale is long enough to hold on each side. That also makes sure that we're not holding our breath through the exercises, that every rep indeed gets a full breath in and a full breath out. All right, our supine foot and hand exercise, setting it up. So as these rounds go on, your shoulders may feel a little bit different. We may get stretched out. Maybe they get a little bit tight. So the placement of your hands or feet, or the width of your hands on the bar, that all changes round to round, and you are going to have to adapt that for yourself. All right, and into our last exercise for round 3, our dislocates. So again, being patient with those. If you feel yourself starting to stick behind your head a little bit. So Madison, on your first rep, will you go behind your head, just to 45 degrees-ish? Right there. So a lot of people will start to stick here, and that stickiness continues down behind the shoulders, and then it relaxes. So if you're feeling that in your movement, okay, chances are we need to widen the hands just a little bit and then be patient through that range of motion. If we kind of let our arms snap down because of the tension in our muscles and in our tendons, we're not allowing them the time to stretch out and adapt to this new range of motion.
Halfway. Maybe. Chin up too.
Probably. All right, we're going to go into our last round now. I'll count the reps out loud again. Madison was counting those for you through rounds 2 and 3. So last round here, 12 reps of everything. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're pushing it. 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, coming down to our front support.
For a sprinter, I don't really like to move that fast, huh?
Well, speed doesn't always make things easier or harder. This makes them different. Here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, going into the supine position for our table rock. 12 reps. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Madison, keep going. Sorry, something else that I have to mention. The table rock is different than our back support rock because you'll notice that Madison is maintaining her set shoulders, maintaining that posture. When we do our back support rocks, we do relax the shoulders on every single rep, so we practice going into that neutral shoulder position. In our last exercise, we dislocate for 12 reps. Going to straighten my or bend my arms. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Madison does a great job through all of her exercises. Here's 5 of maintaining neutral posture or good posture in my body. What's that?
I said for my body.
For her body. For her body. Everyone's posture and range of motion is going to be different. This isn't a competition between you and someone else. And we are here to progress individually. It's 11, last rep, and here's 12. Perfect. So, straight arm strength, module number 2. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.